Okay. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. Luckily, I have not been having audio issues for the last few times I've gone live. So, hello everyone. Welcome back. If you've been here before, if you have not, welcome in, come on in. Today you see the thumbnail, you see the title of this video. You know, today I am going to be doing a reading on the whole debacle that blew up, what was that, maybe 2-3 days ago? It feels like it's been a whole week, but it blew up, you know, a couple days ago in regards to Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime announcement, and Nicki blew up, and all of these people were coming out the woodwork saying that Wayne should be spearheading the Super Bowl, that it wasn't fair for Kendrick to get it, and that this is another feather in Kendrick's cap against his beef that he's had with Drake this year. And yeah, I want to see if there's something deeper to this, because the way kind of Nicki used this moment, in my personal opinion, I think she kind of used this moment to air out her grievances against Jay-Z. I think a couple of other rappers was doing the same. I just kind of want to see what's going on behind the scenes. As I said in my community post, I feel like the little kid that's like, you know, when your parents say you stay out of grown folks' business, but you went around a corner and was still listening. So I feel like I'm kind of eavesdropping right now where I probably shouldn't be, but I'm interested to know what's the deeper things that's going on, or things behind the scenes that we're not seeing. So with that being said, as you can see here, I do have tarot cards on the table. So if you're someone new here, yes, when I say reading, I mean tarot reading. I use these cards. They're kind of like my tools to help me hone in and focus on my intuition. So we are going to be utilizing those today. Let's see. Sorry, I'm checking my stuff in the background here. Hellos. And another thing I would like to say is, before we get started, because I know I am going to be stepping on a couple of fandoms here. There probably might be some Drake stans in here, some Barbs, you know, people who really, some, you know, Beehive people, blah, blah, blah. Know that I am getting intuitive messages. I'm trying to translate them. I may misinterpret something, but I am trying to give you the best reading possible. And if my own bias or whatnot leaks through, that is for your power of discernment to kick in and let you know that I am just kind of going off topic. But I am going to give you kind of what I feel the energy or the messages is, with no bias. I have no dog in this fight. I just am a curious outsider. So please be kind in the comments. If you are watching this on the replay, please be kind in the comments as well. Do not get crazy. I don't need any of that. We're just all here to be nosy, because overall that's what I'm here doing. Also, I want to remind you to not use tarot for any professional purposes, whether it is medical, financial, legal. Please consult with someone who holds a degree, a profession, you know, who's a professional in those arenas that you want. Do not use it for the end all be all, because again, I'm just a girl on the corner of the internet with cards, okay? And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? Clear? So now that I have my whole spiel out of the way, I think the first part of this I want to start on is Kendrick, because I feel like the juicier bits is, of course, Nicki and Jay-Z. So I will save them kind of going towards the back end. But I think going into this, I want to know kind of how Kendrick feels about this whole announcement, and how, well, of course, I feel like he is excited about the Super Bowl halftime performance, but just kind of like the quote-unquote backlash he's kind of been receiving in regards to him being announced as the halftime performance. So I'm going to start with Kendrick first, and then I will probably... I have Megan and them on the thumbnail just because just in case if something about them comes up, which more than likely I feel will, I included her as a part of the thumbnail. And it's funny, as soon as I say Megan, would I get the Knight of Wands? But first and foremost, I want to see what's going on with the main key players: Jay-Z, Nicki, Drake, Kendrick, Lil Wayne. If Birdman even pops up in here, because I hear that's also where some of this beef stems from. I kind of just left it open, but I did put them on the thumbnail, not as clickbait, but just in case if they came up and I wouldn't have to go back through and completely change the whole situation. So let's look into Kendrick's feelings first. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that I am aware that Kendrick did drop another song. I wouldn't say it's a diss towards Drake per se, but I think it's called Black Forces or something like that. I think from what I gather from the song, it's pretty much his response to a lot of this backlash. I feel like, whereas like the music industry has changed overall, and Drake was just like maybe the tip of the iceberg that he's going after and trying to change what the rap genre is. It's kind of like he feels like he has to restore respect back in the hip hop rap genre. But neither here nor there. I want to see what I'm going to get with the cards. Yep. Okay. And then one more here for Kendrick. So this did fall out, but I'm going to see if there was one more card that was trying to come out instead of that, because that just kind of slid out on the... Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go with this. This feels about right to me. And the underlying card here is King of Pentacles. And I have stated this in just the other day in my Ice Spice and Cleopatra video. All eye cards will be added afterwards. You can't, unfortunately, add them as you go through the stream. But mentioned, typically I get the Pentacles or the Swords cards when I'm talking about the music industry. So it's funny, this is coming up. And then we also have the Two of Swords. So let's see here. He does have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Typically, this reads like contracts and collaborations, partnerships, like business partnerships of some kind. But with it coming up in reverse, like who is he wanting to not? Drake, allegedly. I feel like he's like, it's only so much space, and so far the worst of the worst have been controlling things that's been going on in the industry. We also have the Three of Wands here as well. The Three of Wands usually speak to me of like a travel, a destination card. There's something in mind that he wants to do. There's something that he wants to change. There's something he wants to move forward or on with. And obviously it's a heavy burden for him, but he's willing to take on the task, which we have kind of seen this year. Of what I'm getting from this is that it is the undertaking of knocking some of the, I was going to say gatekeepers, but it feels more so like puppets. I don't know chess, but I'm going to try to use a chess analogy. It's like, let's move all the bishops out the way so I can get to the king and the queen in the back so I can get them. And then we also have the Three of Swords here in reverse. So this is speaking to some heartbreak there. Yeah. So going back to Kendrick, I don't know if I said this in my Kendrick and Drake reading before, because I think I did read on them before. I didn't know if I posted it, so I was trying to remember back. Again, I think there's a genuine love and respect that he has for his craft and for his workplace, and for somebody like Drake, it feels like, or even if it's not just Drake, but some of the symptoms, the after effects that has come because of people like Drake, or who has allowed Drake to kind of come into the industry and rule and reign for so long. He has an issue with that. And I think, yeah, he's like on a one-man mission to kind of like change some stuff. You know something else I just got? Intuitive message, grain of salt, alleged for entertainment purposes only. Should I say this now or wait to the end? Let me write this down, because I know I have the attention span of a goldfish. I will forget. I need to write this down. And I will add it towards the end, because I don't want it to color the reading. All right. So I can remind myself, because I will definitely forget. I just know me. Let's see what else we're going to get coming up here. I'll say this, it's a trade-off happening. I'll say that now. It's a trade-off happening. Okay. Fulfillment. Yeah, this is a deal. So there's some dealings here. Every single time I see the fulfillment card, it's kind of like I'm running off with the bag, or, you know, I'm getting my piece of the pie and I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm just making sure I get my cut out of this when I see the fulfillment card. I want to say, is that Saturn and Sagittarius? So that is very much, that can be explorer energy here. I have a mind, you know, a goal in mind that I'm really focused on achieving as well to me. Okay, I had a card that fell. 1 second. Let's see. Yep, I have a plan in mind. I have concepts of a plan, and I am trying to execute it. If you all don't get that, it's okay. The girlies who know. Okay, what we have here? What do he think he is? Judge and executioner? He has the order card. He's trying to restore something to what it once used to be, or where he thinks it should be. This is Scorpio in the moon as well. I just realized that Sagittarius, I mean, not Sagittarius, Aquarius and the sun. Oh, he is an air sign through and through, just dark. Do he have Scorpio somewhere in his top 3 too? I wouldn't be surprised. He gives boogeyman energy. Okay, so these 3 flipped over. And I'm going to explain what I think they did. So we have optimism. Maybe he's feeling like he can't pull it off by himself with the independence card here. He knows he needs help, but maybe it's a thing of like, who can you really trust in the industry to help you? When you're pulling power from someone in order to restore some things, like it's like a power vacuum kind of thing, and you're trying to restore something or put things back in their rightful place, but the people who are benefiting from it are, you know, avidly working against you. Who can you really trust to get it done? And this birth card for me with him is just kind of like, again, his idea, his perception, his business plan that he wants to actually see come to fruition. Yep, originality. Yep, and that optimism card is coming up underneath with the independence and the birth card on top of each other. Oh, and the isolation. So is it because he feels like he's not connected with some of the people he needs to in order to get this job done. Kendrick has his heart set on completing something for sure. And again, I think it's kind of like he feel like he has the game on his back, and he has to be the one to kind of put things back, rectify things. But it's an uphill battle because you have too many people that prefer the rap genre, hip hop, to be where it is now. Oh, what is this? Balance, energizing, refreshing. This is the Jack of Spades. That's speaking to air sign. I believe he is a Gemini, so that would be understandable here. We also have Topaz, love, passion, and purpose. And then we also have, I think this is pronounced Chalcedony or Chalcedony, harmony, brotherhood, and goodwill. But peace, wishes, and calming is the underlying energy. But it's hard to achieve that kind of peace where you have so many people who are hell-bent on destroying that peace. So overall, I think Kendrick's energy with this is just kind of like, I feel like he expected it, but I feel his mind, he is on, everybody is probably worried about all this little stuff and how it looks, but he has his mind set on something, on a bigger picture, and everybody else is thinking so small. They're thinking 2 steps ahead, and he's thinking like 20. So I don't think this backlash is really bothering him. I think he probably expected some of this. Maybe not from some of the people that came from. I think maybe he was expecting a lot of this backlash from like Drake fans and stuff like that or whatnot, but not some of the people in the industry that probably spoke out like they did. So that's what I'm getting for Kendrick. Okay, now let's see what I am going to get in regards. Let's see what Beyonce's energy is coming up in here as. And then we're going to do a Lil Wayne, since he's being brought up into all of this. Let's see Beyonce's energy. Well, let's do Lil Wayne first. Nope, let's do Lil Wayne first. Okay, this wanted to come out for sure. 2 of Pentacles. So this feels like, yeah, I'm missing out on a good financial opportunity, business opportunity. Okay. Ooh, the Death card. Okay. So this has lit a fire under him in a way. I think with this Death card. Okay, that doesn't bode well. The Tower card here as well, and the underlying energy. Nope, okay. He is upset that he missed out on a business opportunity. This would have been a good look for him. He would have loved to do this. He would have loved to participate. However, I think this has also lit a fire under him with this Death card here. The Death card doesn't mean it's not like a bad omen. Actually, in tarot, Death card is usually like rejuvenation, transformation, you know, change, metamorphosis, that kind of thing. Here with the Death card, especially with it being in the upright, it's kind of like, okay, this is lit a fire under him. There's a tactic here that he's a tactic or an idea or something like that. Again, a fire being lit under him. However, with this Tower card, I was nervous because typically the Tower card speaks to things of like destruction, raise it to the ground, having to rebuild something that's unavoidable that has to kind of come in. But it's coming up in reverse. And so it threw me off for a second until I looked at the underlying cards here, which is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is usually like reciprocal energy. It is speaking of things of the past. It is speaking of like maybe favors. It speaks to things of remember the good times is kind of like what I'm hearing. So to me, this is making me think that I don't think, you know, allegedly, because I can't speak for him, I don't know, but from what I'm gathering from this cards, I think Lil Wayne would have, you know, wished he could have did this, but he also didn't want to rock the boat with Jay-Z, because as we all know, it has come out that, you know, Jay-Z has paid his taxes in the past when, you know, Young Money, Cash Money were going through their whole financial struggles back in the day. He helped keep him afloat. So I think he would have preferred for this to probably happen behind the scenes. I think he may be worried about how this may reflects on him as a person or as an artist. Like, he can't even speak up for himself. Like, you know, what does this mean? All these people are coming out saying all this stuff and I didn't even say anything. And I think he is a bit worried, or he's really looking and watching at how people are receiving all of these people who are speaking out on his behalf that isn't really speaking on his behalf. And so he's like, you know, I have a good relationship, and y'all kind of just blowing this up right now. Y'all kind of look at me. And look at what we have here. The other underlying card, the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords speak to a terrible end of things. This makes me, is going back to the Death card here. There's something changing with him, because then we also have the Star card here. Choices. Being in the spotlight, and then this speaks to like choices, gambles. What do you want to do? How you want to step out there? Let's see if we can get more information here. Ooh. Why would the flirtation card pop out? Venus and Sagittarius? That don't make sense. Why would that? And then I also have see, he's thinking about the good old times, what happened, what was given to him. Yeah, and then we also have adaptability. So, yeah, this is just further confirming what I have. However, I am not sure why this flirtation card has popped out. I think I'm actually going to get the book and see why. Flirtation. Unless it's just like good relations, a good relationship. Let's see. Flirtation. What is this? That is Venus. Venus and Saggy. Sorry, Mars and Saggy. Right? Child, I'm getting all of my planets mixed up. That's not it either. That is... I thought that was Venus. That is Venus. Okay, I'm not tripping. Why didn't it show up in here when I went to 11? Oh, that's because it's 9. Dumb dumb. Okay, so Venus and Sagittarius, it says a foreign lover or holiday romance that blossoms, a marriage abroad, a lighthearted flirtation just for the adventure. It's I know in the past Lil Wayne was flirting with the idea of being signed with Jay-Z. But is there a possibility that is back on the table or something? Is that why he's afraid of like all of this rocking the boat with this flirtation? Because in the book it's speaking about marriage, and marriage don't always have to mean like married, but it can mean like a merger of like businesses, companies, stuff like that. So I wonder if that's what's coming up here, because that's the only way that would make sense to me why the flirtation card came up here. Again, I know in the past that was a thing. I don't know why it would be popping out now. Y'all, I'm okay. I'm gonna put this, interject this here. I was gonna wait to the end, but it keeps coming up. There feels like there is a big shakeup happening behind the scenes in the music industry. Like, I think, like, top exec wise, there's some powerful players that's like retiring or leaving, being snatched out, or whatever the case may be. And I think people are trying to jockey to get in position to take over these seats of power. Okay, my nerd is about to show. This is giving Lord of the Rings. Sauron made, I think that's right. People who know it, you can correct me. It's giving like it's 6 rings and it's one to rule them all. Like that's the energy I'm picking up on. My brother-in-law is gonna be so upset that I'm probably butchering a lot of this because yeah, he's the nerd in the family. He does all of this. Let's see. Yeah, lava stone is giving balance, is giving that Libra energy. That 4 of swords there is giving rest, respite, I'll be back, peace, intuition, and spirituality here as well. With the amethyst card, it is the Queen of Diamonds, which usually translates to like Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is somebody who's kind of like, I'm at peace with it is what it is. There's other business opportunities than this. Like, this doesn't have to be the only time. And then I also have, wealth, success, and wisdom. I would not be surprised he spoke to Jay-Z or like Kendrick behind the scenes and kind of like what was going to go on or what they wanted to do. And maybe like Nicki and them are not privy to it. I think they have some other deal going on. I feel like there's another deal at play here. Ciao, ciao. All right, let's look at Nicki. Or do we want to look at Beyonce? I'm kind of curious what she thinks about all of this too. Let's do it. Let's look at Queen B's feelings about this. Ooch, ooch, ooch. Okay, we got the 9 of Pentacles. King of Swords and the 4 of Cups. We also have the 7 of Wands here as well for the underlying energy. I'm hearing Bennett and my name ain't in it. It kind of feels like B is like, again, they're power players. So again, it's kind of going back to that Kendrick energy I was getting earlier, where it feels like they are seeing, her and Jay-Z is seeing like the bigger board, the bigger picture here. And everybody else is probably seeing like a corner or maybe a third of what they're seeing at the most. And although maybe she doesn't agree with his decision or the route that he's taking, she's very much like, I'm with my man. I respect his decision. But I do think there's a distraction here. It's like, it's something else that they're focused on here with this Four of Cups card. It's something else that they're very much looking at. And this Four of Cups and this Seven of Wands is kind of, I mean, Six of Wands is kind of throwing me. It just feels like they're distracted by something else. Or at least she's distracted by something else. Like, she's not really focused on what he's doing and how he's doing it or whatever. Like, I'm going to back you or whatnot. But just as long as it's something that is not going to interfere with what I have going on. I'm interested in why the Seven of Wands, I keep saying seven. Lord, the Six of Wands is coming up because, especially with it coming up in reverse, is giving like false victory here. Like you think you did the right thing and it might be the wrong move. It might have been a wrong thing that you did. Wrong decision. This coming up. Protection. That sounds like a typical Virgo. My money is my protection. It's my power. It's my way to get through everything. I very much need money, my form of power to be, to open and close doors for me. So I think she's worried about how this may potentially mess with her finances. She's feeling very protective about, which is, I don't think abnormal. Like, I think everybody picks up on this about Beyonce. I think she has worked hard to cultivate a certain persona, brands with people, and maybe she doesn't like that this is kind of bringing a different type of attention to her right now, especially with all of the businesses that she is currently handling and doing right now. I think she's kind of like, watch how you moving and playing out here. Like, don't mess up my money. Not Beyonce cussing Jay-Z out. And look at what also comes up. Companionship. And Libra in the Moon card here too. Allegedly, I don't know if she likes that right now a lot of their stuff is tied in together. What is that? Why? The amount of moon cards that I see trying to flip over in my hand right now is not even crazy. She loves to move in silence. I kind of don't blame her. Why is it? What is it with this thing of like she doesn't like right now? Why it's like it particularly just feels like right now I don't like how a lot of our stuff um are tied in with one another. Like our brands are so connected just because we're husband and wife. Like, or maybe she doesn't have control over a lot of the stuff that she wants. See, look, what flipped over. I said that. I just said something about control and kind of like there's something she doesn't have control over. And it could be because I know a lot of people have been commenting on this, like how they've been using Beyonce as like a bargaining chip for a lot of stuff. You've heard her come up with this whole thing with the VMAs. You heard people saying the bargaining chip for the Super Bowl before. They've been saying bargaining chips for, what was that? Was that the Grammys or something else? Like, it seems like she's always used as a bargaining chip and not as an actual, she's not looked at as an actual partner when it comes to Jay-Z. And I wonder if that's where the frustration is coming up at, of like, you get to make the decisions about everything, and now some of them are starting to have repercussions on me. And maybe that's what she's struggling with. There's certain things she don't get to handle. She don't get to see, maybe. That maybe Jay-Z doesn't feel that she's quite capable of handling. Allegedly. Ooh, what's this? Y'all read that word? Y'all read that word? Y'all read that? Y'all read that word? Okay. And look at what comes up underneath here. Flirtation. Again, to me, this is literally their marriage, but I think it's also dealing with their business ties to one another. And then what else? Negotiation here. Isn't this Mercury and Libra? Let me make sure, because I've been messing up my planet symbology tonight because I'm being slow. So where is Mercury? No, that is not Mercury. That is Jupiter. Ooh. Wait, what card is this? Let me read this. What does it say? Negotiating a business deal, huh? Marriage guidance. Her marriage is her weight right now. What did Jay-Z say to Kanye? I can't fix nothing if me and my wife beefing. I ain't going out and doing nothing if me and my wife beefing. I gotta fix things at home. Beyonce, Jay-Z, y'all beefing? What's happening here? What's up with all this negotiation? My bad. I just rocked all this table trying to get this. Oh. Okay. So I pulled the 5 of Hearts. If you don't know, this also can read like cup energy as well. But the particular gem that pops up on this card is obsidian, which deals with self-reflection, protection, and growth. And if you also don't know the 5 of Cups, I usually relate this to kind of tarot because it's kind of how I learned playing cards. 5 of Cups is usually like the spilled milk card, essentially. You crying over spilled milk when you got a whole jug in the refrigerator. You still, like, you knocked over 2 cups, but you're fine. You still got everything else. But this is your pain point, so you're not looking and thinking about anything else. Okay, what is this here? Communication, harmony, and trust. And then we also have the King of Spades here, which, again, That kind of translates to King of Swords. And you know what I usually relate that to? The industry. But I think in this case, it may be in relation to Jay-Z. Even though he's a fire sign, he definitely gives King of Swords energy. Very like unemotionally attached, making the decisions that he needs to for himself and his family, or for financial needs or gain or whatever it is that he's doing. He gives me King of Swords energy. He doesn't kind of come off like a King of Wands to me, unless it was like teetering over into the Emperor energy. The sodalite here with the 6 of spades as well, speaking to communication, harmony, and trust. Was the trust broken? Was there some kind of agreement that was broken here? I think there was some kind of agreement or a disagreement on something, because that's coming back to the, like, this companion and protection card here. It's something that they're not quite in alignment about, but she just kind of lets him take the reins. Again, to me, her energy is coming up like she's clocking what's happening right now, but she's focused on something else that they have going on with each other behind the scenes. Again, something that isn't quite right within their marriage, or an agreement that they had or something. It doesn't feel like she's too focused on this particularly. It's kind of like, you know, let's put a pin in it. Let me notice if this bubbles up into something bigger that I need to kind of be concerned about. But I'm more so worried about the avalanche that's coming towards me, and not this snowball that you're throwing right now. Sorry. That's what I'm kind of getting from Beyonce. All right, let's look into Nicki's gripe with Jay-Z. Let's look into why this is happening. Because homegirl was not playing. I will say I do agree with her on that one tweet, though. She said one ninja took the knee, one ninja took the bag. I still, to this day, I ain't forgot about that. I still think he was maneuvering and telling a lot of people not to do that, to make it, you know, to prove to the NFL that he can make things move and shake, and that he's a power player, in order to finagle his way into controlling this situation. That is my own personal opinion. I wholeheartedly agree with Nicki on that. Let's see why Nicki is feeling this way towards Jay-Z. What's coming up here for her? Because I don't really think this was about Lil Wayne. I think this was just probably like the straw that broke the camel's back, that opened the floodgates. But I think there's something deeper here, because she's been waiting to she's been like chomping at the bit to go after Jay-Z. So let's see here. What's going on with Nicki and Jay-Z? Why is she, why is these feelings, this energy is being reserved for Jay-Z? Oops. Oops. Okay, what else flipped over here? I had a couple of things flip over, and I feel like I should go through them, because they kind of mean well. So we do have the Fool here. And I think in many ways you can say Nicki is a fool. Some people probably would have not took it to the internet like she did. Some people probably wouldn't have spazzed the way she did. Some people probably would have waited. Some people probably would have had this conversation behind closed doors. In some ways, I think people would see Nicki as the fool. However, in this case, I think the fool is being here, and like, I think there's something here along the lines of she feels like the fool or the idiot for looking up to him. It feels that's what it's kind of coming across as. It seems like she considers herself the fool or the idiot for ever like trusting him or considering him or you know, putting him on this pedestal that he probably, now that she knows more or knows something that maybe the common person don't know about Jay-Z, she's like, that was stupid. The Temperance card here is coming up in reverse. So, Temperance card in reverse. Yeah, this just feels like I couldn't wait another second. I couldn't wait another second to get it off my chest. Like, oh, thank God. Why would she get the Nine of Swords? This is usually speaking to like nightmares, detriment, anxiety, you know, the things that keep you up at night. What's got your brain running? She also has the Nine of Pentacles. This is the second nine that she has here. This is coming up in reverse. So this is like, I'd rather be independent and not hitch my horse to you. I don't want nothing to do with you. And this is also saying Queen of Cups. So there's some emotional baggage, I would say, involved. Jay-Z hurt her in some kind of way, obviously, with this Queen of Cups and anxiety. There's a big sense of like distrust. But why? But why? Oh, Hangman. Yeah, there's something she... Okay. 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 I think it's plain and simple. Jay-Z fucked her over in a deal. I don't know, a deal, a promise, whatever the case may be. He fucked her over, and she has yet to get over that. I think that's why the Queen of Cups and the Fool card is coming up here. The Three of Hearts, that speaks to like a deep heartbreak, a deep wound, a hurt of some kind that she has yet to get over. She's still trying to work her way through it. But then it's like most things, when you say you forgive somebody, but sometimes they do something and it brings it all back, and you be finding yourself in that space again where you like, ooh, I'll punch you in the head kind of thing. It's like, that's what it feels like. It's like, you screwed me over in some type of way. You've been exposed. I see you for who you are now. But I think if there was any kind of wise words I could give Nicki if she was to ever see this, I don't think you are seeing the whole picture when it comes to Jay-Z. Yes, he may be a very cutthroat businessman, but I think there is a thing here of like, you don't see that he also has his hands tied when it comes to certain things, and that he is making decisions, I don't know, from the head or from a personal place, and you just can't take it personal. You have to move very analytical and cold with him as well. But you also have to be, I think it's kind of like you have to be strategic and also not purposely crossing him in a way, or in a way where he doesn't notice that you're doing something, because I think he very much will see you as a snake and try to do things to hurt you. Allegedly. That's just kind of like how Jay-Z's behavior kind of come off to me. Like, I can screw you over, but you can't screw me over, because then we're going to have a problem. And I think there's something here where she just don't quite see that he has his hands behind his back on some things here. But I think there is a sense of like, she's starting to see some of the layers to the real him, or she's been exposed to one side of him that's like, that's what this is. So whatever the case may be, it's boiling down to something went wrong in their relationship here. And then we also have the other underlying card here is the Four of Swords. I think she needs to take a break. I think she needs to pull back. Yep, Page of Swords here in reverse as well. Something she isn't aware of. She's not studying. She doesn't realize. She needs to, I think she needs to cut back on it. And the Chariot under here too. Yikes. Okay. I'm getting this somebody above Jay-Z, and she doesn't see that person, or maybe she knows the person, but she doesn't know that they have as much power and control as they have. She just see Jay. Allegedly, allegedly. Again, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything I'm saying. And this time I am saying that to cover myself legally, but again, I'm just a girl on the internet with cards, just giving you my interpretation of things, my intuitive interpretation of things. So don't take it personal. Don't take it serious. This flirtation card, if I see this throughout the whole reading, every single time I do group readings like this, it's always one card that just keeps coming back. Look at this. Revenge. Okay, the revenge card is kind of tricky for me. Because, especially with it coming up in reverse, is she not doing this out of spite or out of revenge? Or is this saying like the revenge that she's seeking or that she wants isn't going to happen in quite the way that she expects? Or like it may not come from her. With this revenge card coming up in reverse. Okay, that's something I just noticed. You see how, is that two people? You see how it's like two people? Yes, focus. You see how it's two people like in a grotto or whatever here? But we also have the flirtation card. Is this about Meek Mill? Allegedly? What is this? I mean, it could be, again, a business agreement of some kind. This empathy card is coming out too. I don't know what this is about. I can only guess. Health. And the health card popping up. Again, this vision, something about vision, something you're seeing. And she also has the romance card, something with birth, business. Indecision, impulsiveness is the other underlying cards. Was there at some point a moment, and I mean, not when she was going through the whole thing where she was going back and forth with Roc Nation and between Roc Nation and Young Money on like who to sign on. I feel like this may have been in the not so distant past, not like beginning of Nicki's career. I feel like there was something probably in the not so distant past where there was some dabbling here and some kind of connection and some kind of relationship way and with business. Romantic. Bless you, honey buns. In some kind of way with like romance and business. Something kind of like overlaps here. There was like a culmination of stuff that kind of led to the fallout of why she looks at Jay-Z like he's crazy. That's the second time I've gotten something about a 3, about hearts, about healing. Did she have a health scare at some point with him or something? Do he know some kind of secret about her health? Look, I also got regeneration here with the serpentine, the 2 of clubs. It's, you know, the two, I said 2 of clubs, yes. 2 of clubs or 2 of wands if you do tarot. But it's the serpentine, regeneration, luck, healing. What ailment was going on here? Happiness, beauty, and joy. 8 of clubs. And she has the same card that Nicki had. I mean, that Beyonce had. And to me, this reads like Jay-Z, that king of spades, that tourmaline, calmness, stabilizing, reaffirming. And what's the other card here? We have sardonyx. And this reads happiness and stability to marriage and partnerships. Allegedly, I just think Jay has a way of luring people or getting them at a certain point in time, or at least in Nicki's case, Nicki and Wayne's case. I think he has a way of like getting to people at a certain time when maybe things aren't looking the best for them. You know, they're kind of like trying to come on a come up, or they are, you know, in dire straits of some sorts. And he kind of comes in like the fairy godmother and make things look sparkly and shiny and good. And get people to kind of see things his way. I'll say that. Get people to see things his way. And I don't mean to make it sound like slimy. Because it doesn't always have to be like slime ball behavior, because somebody could really be doing this just out the kindness of their heart. But I think that's the thing where with Jay, a lot of people dislike or have a hard time with him, is because sometimes you find it hard to believe or understand why he would kind of maneuver the way he does. He comes off very like, in these cards, allegedly, he comes off very charming. That man has the gift of gab. And, you know, more power to him, because how can you get into some of the rooms that he gets into without that? He definitely knows how to talk a good game. And I think it's also a thing of like, he comes off maybe unassuming in some ways to people. In certain ways, he kind of comes off unassuming. You just think he really is just being nice, or he know how to talk a way where you feel like, oh, you really are for the people, or you really are for me, or you really think I'm cool, or you really like me, or something like that. Until he does something, and then you'd be like, wait, this isn't quite what I thought it was. It kind of comes off like get out energy. But yeah, I stand by my point. I think Nicki, there was a business deal that went sideways, but I think there's also a secret or secrets of hers that he may know or was trying to get out of her. Like, I almost feel like honeypot her in some type of way. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Child. Okay. Let me burn some of this sage, because I done went through all of this and I need some grounding here. Yeah, let's clear some of this energy out here. If you see the smoke, it's just my sage. You're fine. You're not your fire. Okay, let's look at Drake here. What's going on? How is Drake feeling about this? How is he looking at this? I know he's like upset. Okay, I'm just going to flip this over here. I just hear cruel mistress. I don't know what that is. Cruel mistress. I got 4 cards. Look. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I just did that gulp too. Again, this Queen of Swords, I'm just hearing cruel mistress. I also have the 8 of Pentacles, and this is usually waiting for something that you've done in the past to kind of like come back and benefit you in some type of way. It's kind of like reaping what you sown. Ooh, reaping what you sown. Then we also have the Moon card, and looky, here comes Cookie. Okay, we got the 3 of Pentacles coming up in the upright this time, whereas with Kendrick, we had it coming up in reverse. What is this, Drake? Things not appearing quite as they seem. With the Moon card here, sometimes it can speak to like mirage illusions. And this is like business dealings and partnerships. And then we also have, he has the Emperor coming up as the underlying energy. And that's why I did that. And the 8 of Wands. So to me, sometimes the 8 of Wands can signify darker powers, black arts kind of stuff. Oh, and then he also has Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He's about to run into a string of bad luck here. He's trying to cash in on some type of favor. There's some type of favor here that he's trying to cash in on. And maybe it's not quite what he think it is. It's kind of like a got you moment. This feels like a got you moment. Not on Drake's behalf, like, oh, he got everybody. It feels like somebody got Drake, like, got him. Like, I'll tell you one thing. These cards isn't coming through clear because I feel like I'm in Drake's head. And I've said this before in like 2 of my previous readings with him. This man need to take a break. He feels like all over the place. He feels paranoid. Allegedly, like I'm just getting like paranoia energy. In a dark room, every single time a light flash or something, he's like, what was that? I'm sorry, I should not be laughing, but I'm just trying to paint the picture here of kind of what the energy feels like. This isn't the best energy to be in. I burnt that sage just in time. Yeah, enthusiasm. Oop, oop, oop. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Every time I do group readings like this, I have one card that just keeps coming out. Flirtation is that card. Jesus Christ, Drake. There's some kind of romantic connection that's shooting him in the foot. It's about to come back and bite him. Resourcefulness, his publicity, yeah. Somebody is calling his bluff. Submission. He didn't do something somebody wanted. Egotism. His ego is going to be the death of him. He's not going to achieve something. He's also getting the revenge card in reverse as well. I got this for Nicki. Something made me feel like they not going... Somebody ought to get them, and they may succeed, at least according to this energy that I'm getting. Like, and the person may not really have to do anything. It's just kind of like egging them on because maybe they know their weaknesses or something, or their secrets, and it's just gonna get them to react in a way that they need them to. It's just reading like Mental warfare. Oh, what was this? Independence. Is this something doing with his contracts? Because if you don't know, I've heard that he signs a very disadvantageous contracts with who is that? It's not Apple. It's somebody new. Was it Warner? I don't know, something like that. He just signed a contract with somebody not too long ago, and that's why we've been seeing him put out a lot of these albums, because he's been trying to get out of it. He got a lot of money for it, but he has to recoup that. The money ain't just being given to him for free. And so I feel like, I wonder, is that what this card is, this independence? Because again, this is coming up with the moon card here, and with the business here, the partnerships, the Three of Pentacles card, waiting for, reaping what you sown. I was getting something about him trying to cash in on a favor, but maybe the favor isn't quite what he think it is. It was just there as a setup to make him feel secure, kind of thing. I'm also getting something challenging with his powers. All of this is moon energy too. Moon in Scorpio. Acquisition. Something. I don't know what's coming towards you, Drake, but it don't feel good. It don't feel good. This man is burnt out, and I've gotten this so many times with him. It's not even crazy. I'm not surprised, because I've gotten this pretty much every time I pull cards on Drake. That man is not at peace. I do a nervous laugh. I'm not really laughing at his misfortune, whether he deserves it or not. I don't know that. I don't know that man like that. But this man is not at peace. We got the Hierophant energy again here. The Hierophant or Emperor energy coming up. This feels more like Hierophant to me, though. Authority. Oh, a look at what else comes up. What else is it? Something is not about to work out for your boy. This whole thing is not working out for him. What is this card that flew? Child. Am I picking up that Drake is about to really step away from some stuff or get pushed out? Because I have the 10 of Wands here, which is essentially the 10 of clubs in the playing cards, but it also reads smoky quartz, letting go, surrender, and grounding. Am I picking up on Drake's downfall? Well, I know the creativity and peace he isn't feeling. That's not coming around. He can't think. He's too focused on everything else. He's suspicious of every little thing that people are doing. I'm not surprised he's getting this blue quartz as well. Notice he's getting all of these quartz. Usually when you see the clear quartz, it's like, oh yes, I can see everything clearly now. The rain has gone. But he's getting all of these ones with darker colors in them. Blue usually to me is speaking to some emotional stuff that he has to deal with as well. I think that also is that the heart chakra as well, that he's not. Either he's operating from a place of a lot of emotion, so he's not seeing things clearly. But all of this just reads like it's murky. He's not kind of seeing things for what it is, because his mental, his emotional is just elsewhere. He's getting all of this not quite clear energy going on. Again, with him even, I feel like he's not really focused on this whole. Granted, he knows this is a major blow to his ego, to his brand, to his work, his legacy, etc. But I think there is also a thing here where I think he's so preoccupied with either trying to reclaim a modicum of who he was or who he is, or the power he used to hold, etc. in the industry, that he is like, I can't really focus on this because this ain't gonna do nothing but put me in a certain headspace that I can't be in if I want to come back. However, I mentioned earlier in his reading that there's something here about him trying to quite cash in a favor, or somebody trying to maybe cash in a favor with him, and it's not going. Okay, baby. Sorry, my dog was shaking in the back. And it's not quite gonna be what he think it is. It's not appearing quite what it seems. Again, mirages and illusions. I just feel like a noose is pulling tight on him. Yeah, look, I got the yellow jasper, which deals with wealth, success, and wisdom. This is also the 7 of diamonds, which is the 7 of pentacles. He had the 8 of pentacles here. That's coming before you. You're sowing so you can reap later with the 8 of pentacles. It's coming up in reverse. There's some kind of empty favor that's coming up. I don't know what, again, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's some kind of empty favor. It's a Matryoshka doll. You gonna steady be pulling and ain't nothing there except another little doll, another little ploy, another little runaround, another little trap. And then when you finally get to the last one, it's like, oh, that's not quite what I thought it was, and it's much smaller than what I was expecting. There's some empty favor. That's what I'm getting here. There's some empty favor. And whether it's probably from the past and now it's coming back up to bite him in the yeah. Who, Drakey? All right, last but not least, let's get into Jay-Z. Let's see what's coming up here for Jay-Z. Do I need to light this sage again? I feel like I do. Hold on. I feel like I do. Yes. And let me crack my window before I asphyxiate up in here. Oh, that came flying now. Hold on. What is this? I don't know if you all caught that, if you've seen it. 2 of Cups. Knight of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. I said it at the top of this. And I'm going to say it, well, at least I said it in Beyonce's reading, and I'll say it again in his. They're focused on something going on with them behind the scenes that's causing trouble and havoc, or a source of like trouble or anxiety for them. Like it could become something big. I notice we got the Knight of Swords here, but it's coming up in reverse. So to me, it feels like it's something more so that's coming from his end of things. He normally comes up as the King of Swords for me, but it's funny, from in his reading on him, he's coming up as the Knight. Like I made a misstep here. I'm not quite at the top like everybody think. Like I was saying in Nicki's reading, there's seems to be something else above, someone else above him, or something, you know, an entity, a business of some sort that's kind of like holding his arm behind his back. And notice that the Two of Cups is coming in between with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Knight of Swords. Queen Bee is a Virgo. That's earthly energy here. Queen of Pentacles. There's something going on with them that they're more so focused on than this whole Super Bowl stuff. They're like, it's a bigger fish we frying right now that we're working on. Can I get one more card to kind of like help? What is it? Yep. Didn't she get the false victory here? She got, yeah, Beyonce did get the false victory card. The Seven of, sorry. Every single time I see this, I say 7. The Six of Wands here. Oh. The Three of Pentacles coming up in reverse. What did he try going out on his own? Queen of Cups. Drake had the Queen of Cups too, and it came up in the upright. I think he had the Queen of Cups, right? No, or was that Nicki? They're kind of running together. I think that was Nicki who actually had the Queen of Cups. I remember reading it. Does he see her as emotionally immature, maybe? Y'all, okay, now look at this other card that's about to come up. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, now I look. Did somebody say Jay is gonna fall off allegedly? Is that what's coming up here? And no, I'm not faking. I'm not gonna start my British accent, okay? Because that's what I do when I'm nervous. Is this about... Now, follow me, follow me, follow me. I don't know if any of you watched Sloan Bella, but I remember watching her video and she predicted that there may be something coming up or starting to hint, or it was going to be the beginning of the end for this particular power couple come 2025. No. It's something about, you know, power changing hands, possibly leaving. I don't know why this Queen of Cups is coming up. Why is this Queen of Cups coming up? It could be cheating. Something about leaving. It's gonna have to hide. Yeah, the Eight of Wands, I mean, yeah, the Eight of Wands would make sense to me if it is something that begins in 2025 and it just kind of snowballs. Like we're seeing the first pull of the string here. Look, we also have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, right now, Nicki, Nicki, all of these people complaining about the Super Bowl halftime thing, you're all just a bunch of annoying mosquitoes to Kendrick, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. They are very much focused on something else. Kendrick is focused on saving the music industry, I guess, or rap, hip hop in particular. And Jay-Z and Beyonce are worried about saving themselves. Or maybe he's worried about saving her or something here, his family, his legacy, whatever the case may be. And I hinted at this earlier at the beginning of this reading, where when I started with Kendrick, I started saying like there feels like there's some uh-oh, please do not do that right now. My computer trying to do an update. You will have to hold. What was I saying? I hinted earlier at the beginning of this when I started doing a reading on Kendrick, and I said I wrote it down to make sure I could come back to it, and now I think it's the time to mention this. If there is allegedly rumblings going on where there are a lot of power players getting ready to exit, who are retiring or who are being taken down in the music industry, think about the power vacuums that is going to create. And it almost feels like Drake and Kendrick maybe were both jockeying to kind of like take those spaces. But unfortunately, Kendrick won up or bested Drake. So it's kind of like a move out the way, because I'll be damned if I let this go get in your hands, like not you. And I wonder if this is kind of like a setup in the sense of like Jay-Z is like, I want to hand off the reins to somebody else because I'm concerned about some of the things that has been happening or the choices that I've made in the past coming back. They're gonna hunt me. They're coming up. That's what I'm getting here. I think he's worried about saving his family, his legacy, of trying to set as many ducks and you know, get as much right as possible before hit the fan. What is this discovery card? Why? So this can be travel, moving on to other places, but earlier I was getting something about, I think it was the Two of Wands that I got at the bottom of the Rider Waite Tarot that was coming up at the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy, and it also came up in reverse. Running, some kind of running. Yeah, look, negotiation. There's some kind of story again unfolding behind the scenes. It's kind of like I'm trying to work things out. I'm trying to run from this eventual downfall or tower moment, as you're seeing with those cards here, that I'm trying to prevent from happening or keep it from happening in such a bad way. Like I'm trying to do a soft landing. I don't think he's really concerned or worried about this whole Nicki thing. Look, he's worried about his place, his position. He's worried about, why is he worried about Beyonce? Or maybe her status or connection to him. I was also getting that about her. And look, assertion is the underlying card. Like, is he reminding people? Didn't Drake get something about a bluff, but it was in reverse? Jay-Z set Drake up. Allegedly. Exaltation, adaptability, charity. Flirtation again. Decision. This man has so many irons in the freaking pot. Is not in the stove. Like, and without having more information, I can't really tap in and identify what the case may be. This man is trying to make something work. He is trying to make, he is, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. He's so worried about his money. Or I should say he's worried about, yes, finances, his how can you say it? Like his children, what he's kind of like leaving them behind. He's so worried about that. Like this is small fry stuff for him. He's not really worried about this. He's like, baby, he basically like, girl, you a dog. You a little dog just yapping over in the corner. I'm not, all of y'all, I'm not worried about y'all. It's something else bigger going on that y'all don't know about. Y'all ain't seeing, and I ain't saying nothing either. He's worried about home, his family, his legacy, his what he's leaving behind for his children. Yes, honey buns, I'm getting ready to wrap up. I know you're ready for bed. I just want to get a few more cards for on kind of like why he screwed over some people, maybe. In particular, Nicki, to the point where she felt like she had to, because again, I felt like there was something about like a honeypot situation or something there, but between him and Nicki, but also business dealings. So I kind of want to see if I can get a bead on exactly what that energy was, why. Business as always. Queen of Swords tried to come out. I think I already know what this is. Yeah, it was just business. You were being emotional. I just had to make the right choice. I thought it was a good thing kind of going in, but somewhere along the way, things didn't quite work out the way they wanted. Or, you know, maybe she opened her mouth and messed something up and he changed his mind. Yep. He was like, it just wasn't being beneficial to me. So I had to pull out that situation. I also get a thing here of maybe he didn't feel like she was really the person, or she wasn't really game to do what he needed her to do in a way. So he just walked away from everything and just left the deal on the table. Like he couldn't be bothered. Like, sorry, I know if to be considered so insignificant to somebody can sometimes hurt. That can kind of, especially when you have them on this like pedestal, or you hold them in such high stature, such high esteem, and they kind of view you as like just such a minuscule thing, a pest. You're just like a pesky situation that can kind of hurt. And I can understand why Nicki has lashed out the way that she has. She isn't telling any lies. But I think at the same time, Jay-Z hasn't told any lies either. I think people pretty much know who he is. Like, he's not trying to sugarcoat a lot of stuff when it comes to certain people. I think he's he may be very upfront and kind of like what he want to do. Now, whether you jump on board or, you know, you actually fall in where you're supposed to fit in or not, he may cut you loose, but I don't think he tells no lies either. I feel like there's a lot of truths in this situation, but there's also a lot of feelings, and there's also a lot of veils being held up as well. People not seeing the entire picture of stuff. And he's very much business as usual. Yeah, that's what this is all boiling down to. Yeah. Jay-Z is making business decisions. I think the bigger picture of this, the thing that people, general public may not be aware of, is that I think there is a power play going on. It kind of feels like Game of Thrones-ish. Didn't I say this about somebody else before? It feels like very much Game of Thrones is kind of going on behind the scenes. And so if you're not paying attention, or if you're not one of the important players or the key players, or you don't have access to these certain rooms, these certain peoples and things like that, you don't know what's going on, and you are kind of being left out the picture. And that may be the case with Drake and Nicki. Maybe not so much that they are not going to get the revenge that they're seeking, but that they probably will not have the access and the power that they probably should have for the type of influence and outreach that they have, for how many years they have put into this game. Like, Nicki should have been a gatekeeper. She has 17 plus years in the game or something like that. Like, if she was a man, well, I can't even say that because look at Drake. But I feel like if she was a man with a lot of the stats that she has, the talent that she has, the work that she's put in, she probably would have a lot more control and power in what she does. And I think that's probably where the revenge card was coming up for them in reverse here. They may not be able to actually hold the keys that they thought they were going to be able to hold, get into the certain rooms that they thought they should be able to walk into. And I think there's something else here of why some of the resentment and the anger is coming up, at least from Nicki's side. I think on Drake's side is more so like he's trying to salvage what he can. Yeah. Whereas I think Kendrick is on the same page with Jay-Z. He's playing chess, but they're both playing chess, but I think they want different things, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. It feels like they're both playing chess, but they want different outcomes. They're both playing this for a different reason. Yeah. I think lastly, and I'm seriously gonna close out with this because I'm interested in why this whole Birdman fiasco happened the way it is, because it seems like all roads lead back to Birdman. Some kind of bad dealing or a decision he made, some egotistical ploy he was in the midst of, or something. It feels like a lot of this leads back to him. So I'm just going to do a quick pull on Birdman. I want to see if there's anything interesting about that, because I've pretty much gave my opinions and what I think this situation is about and what's going on. Again, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. These are my thoughts, my opinions. So, yeah. Yeah, it was ego. It's ego. Yeah, he got corrupted with the power, the money or something along the way. All right, Birdman, this is coming up clear. Yep. Drugs. He didn't have a good balance on things here when it came to how he handled fame, how he handled the power and the money. And I think that just had a domino effect. That has had a domino effect, and everybody else is paying the price for it. Look at these cards I'm getting. Everybody else had to pay the price because everybody else had to pay the price. Because he just couldn't do right. All right. That explains it. That wraps it up for me. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for coming to watch this video. Make sure to give it a like, a thumbs up, leave a comment, even if it's like an emoji. Help me out with this algorithm here. Messy in the industry. Jesus. Somebody need to make the music industry into a whole TV show or something, because that's, well, I guess they kind of did that, Empire. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. I will see you all on Sunday. It will be Sunday morning is the next live stream that I have planned. It is going over the conspiracies around the Knights Templar, so I will be doing that reading. If you have any ideas for other readings, or you know, celebrity reading that you would like me to do, a conspiracy theory, leave that in the comment section as well, and I will come around to it if, you know, it's something that I think I'm interested or being pulled to read on. Other than that, yeah, this is my reading on the whole Roc Nation, Young Money, or Nicki Jay-Z beef here, and all of the players that's wrapped up in that. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to all so you can see the next time I upload. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.